Hello folks, and welcome to a brand new playthrough. I'm the Lone Adventurer. Thank you very much for joining me today. And today I'm going to be playing a very slight game called Beneath the Dungeon Floor. If you enjoy this video, please do consider subscribing to my channel, hitting the bell notification icon so you find out when I release videos of similar games and different games as well. I play all sorts of bits and pieces. And like this video as well, if you actually like it. If you don't like it, don't like it, it's okay. This little game I discovered, I think, through a video over on Geek Gamers. At least I'm pretty sure it was one of her videos. If I work out which one it was, I'll pop a link in the description below. Now this is a little quick and simple dungeon crawl type game, sort of in the vein of something like Note Quest or 4 Against Darkness. Now this booklet I rather like the format of. It's an A4 piece of paper or a couple of A4 bits of paper, and you just print them out and then fold them over. So we've got, what have we got? 3 sheets of paper, 3 double-sided sheets of paper, printed out, folded over. Probably one of the quickest game builds I've ever had, and I kind of like this sort of pamphlet, sort of elongated pamphlet format that it's got going on here. It kind of works. It's kind of cool. Okay, so in here we've got a little bit of description of the setting, rules on how to fight, I mean that's it. Some details on generating characters, some details on generating dungeons, a double page spread of monsters, and that's almost it. Back at the end you've got some character flavour charts which we might use, and some world flavour charts at the back, and that really is it. So it's a super simple little system, as you will see. So I think I will read the setting details, then we'll get straight into character creation, and we won't hang around, we're just going to get straight into this one. At the village of Poole not only converges the 2 routes, but 2 different peoples, the townsfolk of Poole, who make their trade in lumber, fishing on the local ponds and lakes, and mining ore from the deep hill mines in the valley below. Then there are also the adventurers, brave warriors, humble priests, cunning thieves and wise mages, who are drawn to Poole by rumours of vast, dangerous dungeons, the remains of the old castles and keeps nearby the village. The village is where your adventurers rest, continue their journey, or even recruit new travelling heroes. They may set up shop at the Red Boar Inn. You may flesh out the town with the tables offered here, or simply focus on delving into dungeons. You may choose to have one troop of characters, or to start fresh every time. You may fill the hillside cemetery of Parish, the sun god, with adventurers' corpses, or let them become skeletal opponents for those who next enter the crypts. So I don't think we're going to do too much focusing on the village of Poole in this video. I think if I enjoy the system, maybe I'll come back and start thinking about fleshing it out and adding some more information there. Just quickly draw attention to the artwork, which is very simple line drawings, but I rather like it, I have to say. No, that one's good as well. One more. Okay, and we are on the generating characters page here anyway, so let's do that. To create your party, you will need to generate 6 characters. First, roll d6 for each character. They are either human on a 1 to 4 or a demi-human on a 5 to 6. Then roll again to find out their class and refer to their types class table below. So let's make a start. I'm going to put my characters on this sheet here, and we're going to need 6 characters. So our first character is going to be a demi-human. So when you get a demi-human, you roll d6 for ancestry. 4 gives us a burrower. Burrowers have the trap avoiding ability of thieves, and elves can cast spells like mages. Dwarves have more HP than do other characters. All demi-humans can reattempt to open any door once, so I'm going to have to make a note of that because I will forget. So we've got a burrower. Don't know if that's like a... can't imagine what a burrower is. Is it some type of demi-human that lives underground and is particularly good at making burrows? And we need to give names as well. Alright, then we need to find out the class for the character. 3 gives us a wanderer, which is a type of thief. So thieves, and also burrowers, can avoid traps on a roll of 4 or greater on a d6. Okay, and then we'll just use, because it says here you can roll attributes, or you can just accept the attributes that you're given in the table. So we've got an HP of 9. HP, I'm guessing, does it stand for health points? Hit points. Yes, same thing. They're hit points, and it's the amount of hits you can take before you snuff it. Then we've got a target number, which is the number that your opponent has to roll in order to successfully hit you. Then our damage is going to be d3 plus 1. So we'll roll a d6, and a 1 or a 2 will be 1, a 3 or a 4 will be 2, and a 5 or a 6 will be 3. So that's 3 plus 1, so our damage is 4. I think that's pretty much it. I guess we can give them a name. Have we got name? We do have names. We've got human names, dwarf names, we've got burrower names. Cool. Oh, and these are very obviously hobbit names. So burrowers are basically hobbits. I should have worked that out, shouldn't I? So our burrower first name is going to be Thuro. Not sure why we've got some letters in brackets there. So is that optional? So it could be Thurop. But this is Thuro Two Shoes. Thuro Two Shoes. And shall we do a bit of flavour as well? So let's find out attire, personality, and weapon. Let's just do that, shall we? So attire is hand-me-down. Personality is stoic. And the weapon is going to be a dagger. So there we go, that's our first character, Thuro Two Shoes, a burrower wanderer, kind of a thief, who wears hand-me-down clothes, is quite a stoic sort of character, and carries a dagger. Now I don't think I'm going to make you sit through every single character being created, so let's do one more and then I'll pause the video and get the other ones put together. So our second character, try that again. Our second character is also a demi-human, and this one is an elf. Alright, what kind of elf do we have? One, a mage of the Order of Ruby. That means we have a HP of 9, a target number of 3, so a little bit easier to hit, and a damage of d6, 3, okay. And 4 spells. Cool. So mages can cast a number of spells each delve as indicated on the table. They know all of the following below. So that means I can cast 4 over the course of a single delve. Spells are Protection, Portal, Power Ray, and Pry. Okay, so let's get a name for our Elven Mage. Mononyms. What's a mononym? I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to find out. Alright, well now I know. It's pretty obvious. A mononym is a single word name, such as Madonna. So we've got some Elven mononyms, and each one has got like 3 parts put together. Valmanara. Well, maybe they do sound kind of elvish. Garnamana. I'm not sure why there's slashes in them. Anyway, alright, I need to move on, don't I? Let's get one. 2. Garnamana. And attire. 3. Ornate. That kind of makes sense for an elf, doesn't it? Personality. Verbose. A verbose elven mage. And weapon, a bow. Though maybe mages don't really need weapons. Right, so that's 2 done. I need to do 4 more, so I think I'm going to pause and just get those done nice and quick. Alright, so our adventurer party has been fleshed out with 2 human mercenaries who I decided were actually going to be brothers. So we've got Boga and Tror Gover. They both have 12 HP, they both have a target number of 5, and Boga does a little bit more damage than Tror. Hand-me-down clothes for Boga, rugged clothes for Tror. One is stoic, one is neurotic, one has a mace, one has a club. Then we've got a human knave called Mere Wolfheart, Merry Wolfheart, with 10 HP, a target number of 4 and 4 damage. A fashionably dressed knave who is quite verbose and carries a dagger. Then we've got Oram Shearstone, who is a dwarf soldier. He's a bit harder to kill with an HP of 17, a target number of 5, damage of 7, whereas plain attire is also quite stoic, a little bit like Boga, and like Thuro the burrower, and carries an axe. I've just realised I've made them all men, so maybe I should mix that up a little bit. We'll have Thuro Two Shoes be female, and we'll have Mere Wolfheart, the knave, as female as well. Right, so with the characters done, we need to move on to generating a dungeon. And I've got this rather nice little sheet which is for against darkness, but really any kind of sheet where you're drawing a little map and keeping some notes about what happens in that location is quite a handy little sheet to have. If I remember, I'll pop a link in the description below to the Board Game Geek file for that. So our adventurers have turned up in the small village of Poole, hoping to find out about a nearby dungeon that they can explore and hopefully find some loot in. And they found out about one that's not too far away. So we need to start by working out how many rooms there are going to be. We're going to roll d6. 4. We're going to add 6, which gives us 10 rooms. So this is going to be a 10-room dungeon. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw this out. We're going to be rolling on this little table here to determine what size room it's going to be. And I believe the size of room dictates the type of monster that you'll get in there, the type of treasure. Yeah, the type of monster and the type of treasure. Okay. Alright, so we're going to be coming in down here at the bottom. Seems like a logical place to start. First room is a big one. Wow. 6 by 7. Every room has D3 doors besides the one through which the party first entered. Roll D6 on the table below. Entries 3 and 4 are stuck doors. Entries 5 and 6 are locked doors. So we've got 3 doors coming out of this room. I mean, this first room is pretty massive, which I think means that you end up with a hard monster difficulty. So we're going to have a difficult monster straight away as soon as we enter. So I think I'll record the type of room like that. I'm also going to number each room. So this is room number 1. So we need to work out what types of doors we've got here. So let's have a look. Let's just roll for it and see what happens. So 5 gives us a locked wooden door. So if I just put an L next to that door, is that the same? Oh man, so that one's locked as well. And a rotten wood door, so that one's safe, or easy to open anyway. Alright, so stuck doors have a target number of 5 and can be attempted up to 3 D3 times. Locked doors have a target number of 3. Okay, so I think certain classes, can either bash doors down or open locked doors. We'll check that out in a minute. First of all, we need to work out what type of monster we have in this first room. I think what is being suggested here is that we create the whole dungeon before we start. And maybe that would be a good thing to do, because then you can, as you're playing, you don't have to start as you're generating rooms. So we could do that, or we could generate as we're going. And I'm tempted to say we might try generating as we go in, 4 against darkness style, so that there's a bit of mystery about what is coming up ahead. Before we do the monster, I've just realised we need to do room features, and large rooms have 2 features. So this one is going to have tables, racks and ladders, or is it just one of those things? Maybe we should just say one of those things. So this room has got some ladders in, and some shackles. Bit of a mysterious combination there. I'm guessing the adventurers don't like the look of the shackles. This must have been a true dungeon at one point in the past, with prisoners kept in it, and then maybe a little bit later it was used as a storeroom in later years with some ladders and things like that in it. Right, so let's find out what type of hard monster we are facing here. 4 gives us bandits. So the dungeon's already been discovered by others, and there's a group of bandits right inside the entrance. There's up to 3. Luckily, only 1. Okay, so just the 1 bandit. That's good news. I guess the other ones have gone out pillaging and doing whatever they do. We've got target number of 3, HP of 4. So we've got to do 4 points of damage in order to defeat him. And he does how much damage? We've got a little table here, so the bandit can do between 1 and 4 points of damage. And it's going to be the maximum. That's bad news. That's a lot of damage. But hopefully we'll be able to pick him off quite quickly. Bandits roam the dungeon for the same reason you do, the promise of gold. Alright, so then we've got a little treasure table for when we defeat the bandit. Alright, so we've got our first room set up. We've got our adventurers party all created. I think I will have a little pause there, and we'll come back in a second video in which we will work our way hopefully through the entire dungeon, so long as the entire party doesn't die. Hopefully find some loot, and have a successful delve. So that has been the first part of my Beneath the Dungeon Floor playthrough. Hope you enjoyed it, folks. See you in the next one. Bye for now.